Sale prices held steady on the San Diego housing market this week, but list prices jumped $25,000 this week alone, and a total of $43,000 since mid-November. Does this mean we're about to see a spike in sale prices? Not necessarily. I'll show you the market trends I'm following in this week's San Diego Real Estate Roundup for December 17th, 2024, brought to you by Blueprint. If you're looking to buy a home in San Diego, you'll soon find that realtors want you to sign an exclusive agreement entitling them to 2.5% of whatever you're offering to the seller of the house you want. At Blueprint, we do not do exclusive agreements, and our agent fee is 60% less than the competition, which allows you to make a stronger offer on the home of your dreams. Learn more at www.buywithblueprint.com. Now let's get into the data. And we're looking at the latest weekly print from Redfin for the San Diego metro market. Right now we're looking at median sale price, and median sale price basically held steady from a week ago. We've been in kind of a holding pattern. This week, the median sale price of a home in San Diego was $887,000. A week ago, we were at $885,000. A week before that, we were at $886,000. So basically, no movement in pricing for now 3 weeks. Meanwhile, the median list price of a home in San Diego has just jumped off the charts. Right now, we're looking at a median list price of $929,000. 1 week ago, we were at $904,000, and just 6 weeks ago, we were at $886,000. That is a trough to peak growth of $43,000 in just 6 weeks. What does that mean? Why have list prices gone up $43,000 in just 6 weeks? Well, let's dig a little deeper into the data and see what we can find out. Right now, we're looking at new listings, and we are underneath last year's numbers for the second week in a row. This week, the San Diego market saw 378 new listings. Last week, we were at 394. This week last year, we were at 379. And a week ago last year, we were at 396. So despite having a healthy growth over last year in terms of new listings, for pretty much the entire year, we have now fallen under last year's numbers. Obviously, it's possible that realtors are looking around the San Diego market, seeing that fewer homes are coming to market and thinking, there's not as much inventory to compete against the home I'm listing. Time to jack up these prices. Now we're looking at homes sold, and we can see that this week, homes sold grew both in absolute numbers and in year-over-year growth compared to last year. So last week on the San Diego market, we sold 418 homes, which was 19.7% more than the same week last year. But this week, we sold 433 homes, which was 21% more than the same week last year. And if we scroll down to the year-over-year chart right here, we can actually see a growing trend in homes sold going all the way back to about May. What this data point tells me is that 2024 is the year that San Diego buyers finally said, guys, rates are high, but I got to buy a home now. Now, when we look at pending sales, we see the trend line is that pending sales have been declining for the past 2 months or so. But when we scroll down to look at the year-over-year chart, we see that pending sales compared to last year has actually been climbing for about 4 months and then took a nosedive over the past 2 weeks. What this means is, though the absolute numbers were falling off, they were still well above last year's numbers, and only recently have they actually begun to decline relative to last year. What this means is pending sales has actually been showing strength for most of the past couple months and finally showing weakness over the last 2 weeks. So going back to homes sold, we should see homes sold decline in about a month, because pending sales is a leading indicator for homes sold and tends to lead the home sold metric by about a month. And now we're looking at the total inventory picture on the San Diego market. Active listings is plummeting, but that's to be expected this time of year. You can see we still have a lot more inventory than this time last year. In fact, we even have more inventory than this time in 2022. And remember, 2022 is the year that interest rates doubled. By this point in 2022, interest rates had pretty much completed their doubling. Nobody wanted to buy a house. And right now, we have more inventory than that environment. So there's still plenty of inventory on the San Diego market relative to this post-pandemic, extremely inventory limited environment. But looking at weeks of supply, we're actually right exactly where we were in 2022 at 11.6 weeks of supply on the market. So even though there's more inventory on the market right now, than there was at this time in 2022. There's more appetite from home buyers. Like I said, 2024 is the year that San Diego home buyers got impatient. And finally, we're going to take a look at median days on market, which is a measure of how quickly the market is moving. And as you can see, median days on market is higher than it was in 2022. Right now, we're at 31.7 for the median days that a home sits on market before it's sold. In 2022, at this time, we were at 28.6. In fact, this week we're down from last week by 1/10 of a point, but let's just say we're equal to where we were last week. This is the highest point we've seen since the beginning of 2023, which was the wake of 2022. So what I'm seeing is a relatively very slow market. The only time the market's been slower in recent years is when nobody wanted to buy a house because rates had just doubled. So even though list price has been climbing for weeks, the fact that the market has been slowing down over the same period tells me that no, we're not entering a market uplift, market cyclone where everything is suddenly going to get faster, more expensive. Despite what realtors are thinking, jacking up list prices, the San Diego market has relatively plenty of inventory, is still a relatively slow market, again, compared to recent years, and it's still a good time to get into the market. Keep up with the San Diego market by subscribing here and catching next week's San Diego Real Estate Roundup.